So I grew up on a family dairy farm. My father back in the 80s had 2,000 head of dairy cattle on, I think we had 9 different operations. He was running 7 milking farms and 2 other farms. He went out on the whole herd buyout in 85. I was 10 years old at the time. After that, he did some custom cropping for a couple of years, sold some hay, sold some corn silage. That wasn't working very well. He started distributing equipment. We're right here on the Canadian border. My father speaks French fluently, so he started importing some Canadian products, snow blowers, loaders, log loaders, trailers, things like that. He distributed equipment for a few years. It wasn't really enough business to do what he wanted to do. In 1990, the local New Holland dealership went out of business. So they went out of business in the fall of 90, and during the winter between 90 and 91, he went and approached a couple of local businessmen to start up a dealership. My father had the knowledge to do it, didn't have the capital to do it, so he approached these local business guys who one owned a grain company, one owned a lumber company, so they're involved in the ag business. And he approached the 2 of them and their 3rd brother to start the store. So they started the store here in our family dairy farm, remodeled the barn, and got going. So it was my father and 1 active partner, 2 silent partners. After 10 years, so 2001, my father exited the business. I bought out his shares. The 4 partners, so my father's previous 3 partners and myself, bought the real estate, remodeled the buildings, upgraded, cleaned things up a little bit. We went on like that for about 7 years. I knew I wanted to be in the business. I was ready for a change of partnership. In the spring of '08, I hired a salesman that fit well with my store, and at that time I approached Brian Carpenter from Champlain Valley Equipment about merging with him. So I approached Brian, I think in April of '08, and in October of '08 we actually finalized the deal. So I became a partner with Brian and his father at this standalone. Basically, we had a standalone store at that time, so we had 3 separate standalone businesses. After a couple of years, things were working. As far as the stores went well, Brian and I communicated well. The business was starting to grow, so we actually merged the company into 1 corporation. So we had, prior we had 3 stores and 3 corporations, and we went to 3 stores and 1 corporation. Since then, we've purchased 2 additional stores. Last year, we acquired a Kubota dealership about 15 miles from my store. We closed it down and moved all their product into my location. And then last fall, we purchased another Kubota dealership in the middle part of the state. We've kept that running.